Your parent is an addict. You swore you'd never be like them, but here you are using. The generational cycle is real, but you can break it. Here's how. If addiction runs in your family, you're 4 to 10 times more likely to become addicted. But genetics isn't destiny. Today, I'm breaking down the science of generational addiction, why you're at risk, and the exact steps to break the cycle. Let's get into it. Addiction runs in families. Here's why. The three factors. 1. Genetics DRD2 gene. If you inherit this, your dopamine receptors are naturally lower OPRM1 gene, makes opioids more rewarding ALDH2 gene, affects alcohol metabolism the truth. You didn't choose these genes, but they make addiction easier. 2. Environment you grew up watching addiction. It normalized using as a coping mechanism trauma exposure. Children of addicts experience more neglect, abuse, instability learned behaviors. You saw substances used for stress, pain, boredom access. Drugs/alcohol were available in your home. 3. Epigenetics trauma changes gene expression. Your parents' addiction trauma can be passed down genetically stress hormones in utero. If your mom used while pregnant, your brain developed differently the science. Addiction isn't just inherited, it's imprinted. The statistics. Children of alcoholics are 4 times more likely to develop alcoholism. Children of drug addicts are 8 to 10 times more likely to develop addiction. 50% of people with addiction have a parent with addiction. The truth. You were born at higher risk. But risk isn't destiny. Here's what you learned from your addicted parent. Pattern number 1. Substances equals coping. You saw them drink when stressed, use when sad, escape when overwhelmed. Your brain learned. Feelings are dangerous. Substances fix them. Your addiction, you use for the same reasons they did. Pattern number 2. Emotions are dangerous. They couldn't regulate emotions. Your brain learned. Emotions are scary. Avoid them. Your addiction. Substances numb feelings. Pattern number 3. Chaos is normal. You grew up in instability. Financial crises, fights, unpredictability. Your brain learned. Calm feels wrong. Chaos feels like home. Your addiction. You create drama, seek intensity, can't handle peace. Pattern number 4. You're responsible for their feelings. You walked on eggshells, managed their moods, became the parent. Your brain learned. I'm responsible for everyone's emotions but my own. Your addiction. You neglect yourself, burn out, then use to cope. Pattern number 5. Trust no one. They broke promises, lied, disappeared. Your brain learned. People will hurt you. Stay isolated. Your addiction. Isolation triggers cravings. Cravings trigger relapse. The truth. You're not using because you're weak. You're using because you learned addiction as survival. Here's how to be the one who ends it. Step 1. Acknowledge the pattern. Say it out loud. My parents' addiction affected me. I'm repeating their patterns. Why? Awareness is the first step to change. Step 2. Get trauma therapy, EMDR, or CBT for childhood trauma. You can't break the cycle without processing what you lived through. Find a therapist who specializes in Children of Addicts Generational Trauma Family Systems Therapy resource. psychologytoday.com. Step 3. Learn new coping skills they taught you. Substances equals coping you need to learn. Emotions are safe, healthy coping. Therapy, journaling, movement, connection, calm is good. Step 4. Join ACOA or Al-Anon Adult Children of Alcoholics. Meetings specifically for people who grew up with addicted parents. Al-Anon. For families affected by addiction. Why? You'll meet others breaking the cycle. You're not alone. Resources. ACOA, adultchildren.org. Al-Anon, al-anon.org. 1-888-425-2666. Step 5. Set boundaries with your addicted parent. You can't save them. They have to save themselves. Boundaries. I can't be around you when you're using. I love you, but I can't help you get drugs/money/bail. I'm focusing on my own recovery right now. Why? Their active addiction will trigger your relapse. Step 6. Build a chosen family. Your biological family may not be safe. Find your people. Sponsor, sober friends, mentor, therapist, support group. Why? You need healthy attachment to heal. Step 7. Decide. The cycle ends with me. Daily affirmation. I'm breaking the generational cycle. I'm choosing differently. Why? Intentionality rewires your brain the truth. Breaking the cycle is the hardest thing you'll ever do, but it's also the most important. You can break the cycle even if they don't. The hard truth, you can't control their recovery, you can only control their continued addiction. Isn't your failure your sobriety, isn't abandoning them. It's saving yourself the mantra, I'm breaking the cycle. Not for them, for me. And for the family I'll build one day. Your parents' addiction isn't your fault, but your recovery is your responsibility. You were born into this cycle, but you don't have to die in it. Break it for you, for your future, for the generations that come after you. You're in recovery. You need time off for meetings, therapy, IP, but you're terrified to tell your boss. Here's exactly how to do it without getting fired. Disclosing addiction to your employer is risky, but sometimes necessary. Today, I'm giving you the exact script, legal protections, and strategies to navigate this conversation without losing your job. Let's get into it. First question, should you disclose at all? You should tell your boss if you need accommodations, your performance has suffered, you're in danger of relapse. Without support, you're legally protected. You should not tell your boss if you're stable in recovery and don't need accommodations, your workplace has a history of discrimination, you're in a probationary period, you can manage recovery outside work hours. The truth, disclosure is a calculated risk. Weigh the benefits against the risks. Legal protections you have, ADA, protects you from discrimination if you're in recovery. FMLA guarantees 12 weeks unpaid leave for treatment. State laws. Some states have stronger protections. Check your state. If you decide to disclose, here's the script. Step 1. Request a private meeting email. Hi, I'd like to schedule a brief meeting to discuss a medical situation that requires some accommodations. When are you available this week? Why? Keeps it professional, not dramatic. Step 2. Keep it brief and professional. I want to be upfront with you. I've been dealing with a medical condition that I'm now actively treating. I'm in recovery from substance use disorder, and I'm committed to my sobriety and my work here. Why? Frames it as medical, emphasizes commitment to work. Step 3. State what you need. I'm asking for. I need to attend outpatient therapy twice a week from 4 to 6 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Or, I need to take FMLA leave for 30 days to complete inpatient treatment. Or, I need flexible start times for the next 90 days to attend morning recovery meetings. Why? Specific requests are easier to approve than vague ones. Step 4. Reassure them about your work. I'm committed to maintaining my performance and meeting all deadlines. I'll make up any hours missed and stay in close communication with you. Why? Bosses fear lost productivity. Address it up front. Step 5. Mention legal protections. I understand this is protected under the ADA and FMLA, and I'm happy to provide documentation from my treatment provider if needed. Why? Reminds them discrimination is illegal. Full script example. Hi, I want to be upfront about something. I've been dealing with a medical condition, substance use disorder, and I'm now in active treatment and recovery. I'm asking for a reasonable accommodation under the ADA. I need to attend outpatient therapy twice a week from 4 to 6 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays for the next 90 days. I'm committed to my sobriety and to my work here, and I'll make up any hours missed. I can provide documentation from my provider if needed. Thank you for your understanding. Not all bosses will be supportive. Here's what to do. If they discriminate or retaliate, document everything. Emails, conversations, dates. Witnesses file a complaint with HR. Use your company's internal process. First, contact the EOC. 1-800-669-4000 Get a lawyer. Employment lawyers often work on contingency. If they say, figure it out, reiterate your legal protections. This is protected under the ADA. I'm requesting a reasonable accommodation, not permission. Provide documentation. Letter from therapist/doctor outlining medical necessity. Escalate to HR if necessary. If they fire you, you may have grounds for wrongful termination. Contact a lawyer. Immediately file for unemployment. You don't always have to say addiction. Here are alternatives. Option 1. Medical condition. I'm dealing with a medical condition that requires ongoing treatment. I need accommodations for therapy appointments. Pro. Keeps it vague. Still legally protected. Con. Boss may ask follow-up questions. Option 2. Mental health treatment. I'm in treatment for mental health and need flexible hours for therapy. Pro. Less stigma than addiction. Con. Still disclosure. Option 3. FMLA without details. File for FMLA through HR. Boss only knows you're on medical leave. Pro. Maximum privacy. Con. Only works if you qualify for FMLA. The choice is yours. You control how much you disclose. Telling your boss you're in recovery is scary. But if you need accommodations, you have legal protections. Use the script. Know your rights. And remember, your recovery is more important than any job. Have you ever found yourself scrolling through social media, seeing someone else's perfect recovery journey and thinking, why isn't mine like that? Or maybe you're in a meeting, listening to someone share their incredible breakthroughs, and a little voice whispers, I'm not doing as well as them. If so, you're not alone. This is the comparison trap, a common pitfall in recovery that can steal your joy and undermine your progress. Today, we're going to explore why we fall into this trap and, more importantly, how to escape it. Part 1. Why we compare. There are several reasons why we constantly measure our journey against others. First, social media. We're bombarded with curated highlight reels, not the messy reality. Everyone posts their wins, their milestones, their aha moments. But they rarely post the struggles, the relapses, the days they just wanted to give up. Second, recovery meetings. While incredibly supportive, they can also be a breeding ground for comparison. We hear powerful shares, and it's easy to forget that everyone's journey is unique, with its own pace and challenges. Third, brain chemistry. Our brains are wired for comparison. It's an evolutionary survival mechanism, constantly assessing our standing in the tribe. In recovery, this mechanism can misfire, turning healthy self-assessment into destructive self-criticism. Fourth, unrealistic expectations. We often enter recovery with a picture-perfect idea of what it should look like. When our reality doesn't match that ideal, we look to others who seem to have it all figured out, fueling the comparison trap. Part 2. The 5 lies of comparison. Lie number 1. Everyone else has it easier. The truth, everyone has their own battles. You just don't see them. Lie number 2. Their sobriety is better than mine. The truth, sobriety isn't a competition. It's a personal journey. Lie number 3. I should be further along by now. The truth, recovery is not linear. There's no set timeline. Lie number 4. I'm not strong enough. The truth, you're strong enough. You've already proven that by starting this journey. Lie number 5. I'll never be truly happy in recovery. The truth, joy is possible, even in the midst of challenges. Part 3. The hidden struggles. Remember, everyone is fighting a battle you know nothing about. That person with the perfect recovery, they might be battling intense cravings in private. The one who seems to have it all together, they could be struggling with deep-seated trauma or anxiety. Their outward appearance is just a small fraction of their reality. Focus on your own path, your own growth, your own healing. Part 4. 5 ways to escape the comparison trap. First, practice gratitude. Shift your focus from what you lack to what you have. Keep a gratitude journal or simply take a moment each day to acknowledge your blessings. Second, celebrate small victories. Every day sober is a win. Every challenge overcome is a triumph. Acknowledge your progress, no matter how small it seems. Third, limit social media. If scrolling triggers comparison, take a break. Unfollow accounts that make you feel inadequate. Fourth, connect with your support system. Talk to your sponsor, your therapist, or a trusted friend. Share your struggles and let them remind you of your strength. Fifth, practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a friend. You are doing your best, and that is enough. Remember, your recovery journey is uniquely yours. There's no right or wrong way to do it, only your way. Embrace your path, celebrate your progress, and find joy in your own unique sobriety. Nobody understands me. Life is unfair. Everyone else has it easier. If that sounds like you, you're stuck in victim mentality, and it's keeping you addicted. Here's how to break free. Victim mentality is one of the most toxic thought patterns in addiction, and one of the hardest to recognize in yourself. Today, I'm breaking down what it is, why it keeps you stuck, and how to shift to survivor mentality. Let's get real. Victim mentality is a belief system where you see yourself as powerless. The 7 signs you're stuck in victim mentality. Why does this always happen to me? You believe you're uniquely cursed. It's not my fault. You blame everyone else. Nobody understands. You isolate because no one gets it. I can't. You've given up before trying. Everyone else has it easier. You compare your struggles to others' highlight reels. I deserve to use because of what happened to me. You justify using as self-medication. Nothing will ever change. You've lost hope. The core belief, I am powerless. Life happens to me. I have no control. Why it's dangerous. Victim mentality removes all agency. If you're powerless, why even try to get sober? You'll relapse because it's not your fault anyway. Victim mentality is addiction's best friend. Here's why. Reason 1, it justifies using. My parents are terrible. I deserve to get high. Life is unfair. Why should I stay sober? Nobody cares about me. Might as well use. Reason 2, it prevents accountability. You can't fix what's not your fault. If your addiction is everyone else's problem, you don't have to change. Blame equals stagnation. Reason 3, it keeps you isolated. Nobody understands. You don't reach out for help. Isolation cravings relapse. Reason 4, it destroys relationships. People get exhausted trying to help someone who refuses to help themselves. You push away support because they don't get it. Reason 5, it robs you of power. If life happens to you, you're not in control. Recovery requires ownership. I'm choosing sobriety. I'm building a new life. Victim mentality says, I can't. Recovery says, I will. The truth, yes, terrible things happen to you. Yes, life is unfair. But staying stuck in poor me won't heal you. Action will. There's a difference between being a victim and having a victim mentality. Victim, I was abused. I was neglected. I have trauma. Victim mentality, because I was abused, I'm broken forever. Because I was neglected, I can't succeed. Because I have trauma, I'll always be addicted. Survivor mentality, I was abused. I'm now healing through therapy. I was neglected. I'm building a chosen family. I have trauma. I'm processing it so it doesn't control me. The shift, victim mentality, life happens to me. Survivor mentality, life happened. Now I choose how I respond. You can acknowledge the pain without staying stuck in it. Here's how to shift from victim to survivor. Step 1, notice the victim language. Catch yourself saying, why me? It's not fair. I can't. Reframe, this is hard, but I'm capable. What's one step I can take? Step 2, take radical responsibility. You didn't choose your trauma, but you're choosing your response to it. Ask, what can I control right now? Step 3, stop the poor me stories. You're not the only one who's suffered. Your pain is valid, but it's not an excuse to stay stuck. Sharing your story for healing is not equal to dwelling in victimhood. Step 4, replace blame with action instead of, my parents ruined my life. Try, my parents failed me. I'm now building a life they couldn't give me. Instead of, nobody helps me. Try, I'm going to ask for help. I deserve support. Step 5, surround yourself with survivors, people who've been through hell and came out stronger. AA/NA meetings, therapy groups, mentors who model resilience. Victim mentality is contagious. So is survivor mentality. Step 6, therapy. CBT rewires victim thought patterns. EMDR processes trauma so you stop identifying as damaged. The mantra, I was a victim. I'm now a survivor. I'm choosing my next chapter. Victim mentality is seductive. It's easier to blame the world than to do the hard work of recovery. But staying stuck in poor me will keep you addicted forever. Choose survivor. Choose action. Choose recovery.